Hello, guys. We are here one more time with one more independent artist, but this time it's international independent artist. Okay, he's from USA, and let's talk to him now. Hello, who are you and where you are right now?
My name is Damon K. Clark, and I am an artist from Dallas, Texas. Um, put this little buddy back there. And yeah, I'm singer, songwriter. I teach a little bit of music theory, composition to other artists, and help artists develop their own sound.
Oh, that's
But
great. I
yeah,
like it. So you,
yeah,
you are not only a singer, you don't have your career only, but you are also teaching other singers to improve their
yes,
careers.
absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like it. We are almost the same, but I don't
yeah,
know how to sing like you do. Wait, some people are just they are saying you are like a specialist mixing different music genres. I want to know about that. So you mix from like lyrics to sing songwriter like maybe opera or something like that? Is it something very uncommon like that?
Well, no, I don't do much mixing of genres. Um, kind of. So I started my career as an opera singer and started doing musical theater a little bit after that. But I always sang pop, all kinds of pop music. So it was important to me to continue to sing pop music because I really love popular music. I really love music from all over the world. I love music in all kinds of languages and all kinds of musical styles. So it was important to me to continue to do that. But more than once, I've heard, no matter what genre I'm singing, I've heard people say, "Oh, I can tell that you're classically trained. I can tell like your high notes or this or whatever they've identified in their own head, that they associate with classical music because of their familiarity with it. They can hear my classical training."
All right, that's really interesting because it's not easy. It's not all singers that can sing different types of music because obviously there is a kind of preparation for all of them. But I can see you are high talented, so it's another level. I want to see that. I want to listen to your music. So can we start instead of talking about your career? Can we start with one song? So you can sing right now. You are going to play as well.
Yes, I
Okay, let's
am.
do it. And after that, we start with different questions. All right?
Okay, so I'll start with a piece of music I learned like a long time ago when I was a little kid, and I was actually two pieces of music that a music teacher of mine prepared for me, um, kind of what's called a mashup, put two songs together.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
Yeah, and I did it for a recital. I sang and played for a recital. Of course, I was a kid. I was like 10. I think I was 10 years old. But
And
it's
now, how old are you? Because you are talking about age. I want to know now. I'm 38, okay, but I don't mind about age. How old are you?
I'm about to be. I'm 45.
Wow, man, you are.
Yeah.
How is that possible? You look like 20 something. I hate you. No, because I'm like 38 and I'm in the bout. And you.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want that
45 years
hair.
old.
Come on. Your talent for singing and also the hair.
Yeah.
Send me. Oh my
Well,
god.
it's one of those things where genetics, right? I can't say that I did anything to look like this.
You are
Or
lucky. You are
yeah.
just like because we are talking about artistic career, and when you talk about our artist career, we talk about branding, image, etc. And your image is really strong. I will never forget that.
Oh,
Obviously, there is that part about talent and singing, etc. Should be impressive for to get in the in the audience memory forever. But I
yeah.
think you can do it. I'm feeling because black blood. I
Yeah, they
have
say
I
black
have
doesn't crack.
black blood. I have black
Yes.
blood too. So my family's mixed. I think you are
Yes.
the same. So
Yes.
let's go then.
Okay.
Song.
Okay, so I'm gonna sing a combo of "I Want to Hold Your Hand" by the Beatles and "Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow" by Carole King. So yeah,
Great, let's go.
okay. Can I tell you something? I think you'll understand when I say that something. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your tonight. You're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly tonight. The light of love shines in your eyes. But will you still love me tomorrow? Tonight with words unspoken. You say that I'm the only
Oh my God, it's so good.
one. Still my heart be broken when the night meets the morning sun. Yes. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Oh my God, that's amazing, man. Wow, it's an honor for me because really,
Oh,
so you have a lot of talent. So I'm in England, like maybe 10,000 miles away from you, and we are here. It's just a simple interview, it's an informal chat through
yeah.
Zoom. But man, I can feel on my skin, really, like
Oh,
goosebumps. Really,
yes.
thanks for that. I
Well,
felt
it's
you.
my pleasure.
That's amazing. So, when you started singing, so you said this mashup was from the time you started. When
Hmm.
was it? Like when you were just a kid?
Yeah, I started taking voice lessons probably around 5 years old, I think, um, at the private school where I went to private school until high school, but at the school where I was attending, where my mom also taught, um, and yeah, had some voice and piano lessons there, and just general music education lessons, along with regular coursework that little kids get. And there were some gaps here and there, but for the most part, I pretty much have continued to take voice lessons and develop um, compositional skills, etc., with various professional artists and also teachers for the last 40 years.
Okay, all right. So you started as a kid studying, but you didn't stop. So
No.
that's a good thing because we have a lot of young independent artists. They want to start a career, but they think they depend on likes and followers. Can we talk about it? Because
Yeah.
I am that kind of producer. I don't believe in like and followers. I'm all actually the opposite. When there is people like no likes and no followers with good talents, I bring to this channel because I got like many people before when I was working just with people from the internet and with 5 million followers and no talent. Mm?
Yeah.
So there is nothing to do talent, there is nothing to do with likes and followers. And there is something really important. It's just making it bad for mental health for the younger generation. Okay, so it's good you talking here about this, about the time you started and keep studying many years until you get that level of talent. This is amazing. I know there is that natural talent, and I can see you are more like R&B. So right, am I right?
Yes,
and
now, yes.
and this is really difficult to sing, but man, really, you can do it in a very, very good way. I
Oh,
love it.
thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. And just tell us social networks where we can find you.
I'm literally on every social network that you could possibly think of, and probably including Weibo and WK, Russia's Russia's network, but social media, but Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, um, YouTube. You can find me at Damon K or at Damon K Clark, DamonKClark. So I can be found everywhere with that same moniker.
Take notes, Damo K. Clark, right? All
Yes.
social networks.
Yes.
Here, look, branding, pay attention, branding, all social networks with the same name. This is perfect. Good. So,
Yes.
what are you doing on the social networks? Because these questions here is about also how you are building your career. Because we don't stop after the pandemic. We had a big shift on the
Mhm.
music industry. Everyone needed to start again. So, how do you do?
Well, so for me, I've been very fortunate that I have had a very long career, and I started my career. I've kind of jumped around genres, so I know about having to restart a career over and over because of the fact,
That's what I'm talking about. I love
yeah.
it. Just give us your experience, how it is. How did you do?
Well, one of the first things that I learned that I would have to do if I wanted to, so years ago, like I told you, I was an opera singer, but I was kind of tired of the travel. I still love singing classical music. I still sing it today. I get hired to sing classical music with some frequency. Um, but I wanted to do other things, and the manager and the international and domestic agents that I had at the time did not have any experience outside of the classical music realm. So what I learned is that I was going to have to make my own career happen by showing up at the venues where I wanted to sing, meeting the people that were talent buyers or controlled those venues or controlled the scene, right? So I had to be where the people were that were controlling things that I wanted to be a part of. Also networking with other musicians, and then building a fan base that could support that type of music. So what I would do is, so this is before classical singers were really had websites, and really a lot of artists didn't really have any websites, right? Having a website was just like, if you had a manager and an agent, you were getting work. So, you know, so what I did was I had a website built, and it was a very simple website. Um, I made sure to collect people's emails everywhere I went. I printed little cards, little 5x7 cards, like picture cards, with once I was able to get a few gigs, like at like a bar or restaurant or something like that. I would print a card with my photo, with like a promo photo on the front, and then a list of my gigs on the back, right, for 3 months. And I would give those out everywhere. I'd give them out after operas were over. I'd hurry and change clothes and try and make it out to the front of the opera house. And I'd say, hey, you want to see me sing something other than opera? You should come out to blah, 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 a concert venue, or come out to such and such bar. And I'd give those out. And people would come and they'd be like, so,
Genius! You are a
yeah,
genius because you did just crossing like cross selling. Let's say like
yes,
cross selling. So you are in a classical gig and then giving information about the rest, the other type of music you were singing, and not
Yes.
only like big gigs, even the smaller ones, right?
Yes, and I would make sure. So if there was a row of venues, if there were, like, for instance, sometimes there'd be like one bar, but there'd be like three or four other bars that have live music, depending on where I was living in the U.S. or if I were in the U.K. or wherever I was at the time, I would make sure to go to each of those bars and give out. You know, and all the other thing that's really important is always look like an artist. Always look a little bit
Oh,
extra.
look the tip. So just arriving, people give you attention
Yes.
because you look different.
And they wonder who you are. And then when you walk up to them and hand them a thing, they're excited. If you just look like regular Joe Schmo and you hand them, they're going to think you're a promoter, not the artist who they really want to connect to, right? People don't
All
want to connect
right,
to a
so
promoter.
it's almost like having contact with the artist makes difference, because then it's almost
Yes,
like giving an autograph. Like you
that's
are just
correct.
giving information about the gigs, but it's like almost giving out. Oh my god, man, this
And
is
spend time
important.
talking. Talk to the people that you're, if you really want people to be invested in what you're doing, you have to invest in your audience, right? So I teach this all the time to upcoming artists. you you know, your fan base, the venues are fine, they're great, but your fan base is more important than the venues, and here's why I say that. Enya, do you remember Enya from back in the day? Sail
Yeah, of
away,
course, I
sail away.
remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Enya put out music
I
for
love Enya.
years.
Yeah, I love her. I love her songs.
She
It's
put
like
out
new age, right?
new age music, exactly.
Love it.
And she put out music for years and never once performed live. Do you know why? Because she
Why?
serviced her fans. She
Oh, okay.
serviced her fans. And she produced everything herself and all this. So because she serviced her fans, that's when the major labels, that's when touring companies were like, would you tour? And she was like, no. So finally, after years, she finally went on tour. And it was great. She packed out everywhere, right? Great music means nothing without a great fan base to support it, period. So any
Exactly.
place and every place you go, if you're in the doctor's office, if you're at the OBGYN, if you're, if you're getting your car washed, if you're whatever, have materials. You don't have to give people free, CDs or anything, but have materials. Look the part. Look the part that, um, celebrity culture is a real
Can
thing.
I say something? Is
Yes.
it like, just to translate what you are saying in short words, is it like pass your message, just being yourself?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
good. Man, this is gold. Can somebody please just go to Texas and bring this guy to me? This is You are amazing, man. I would love to be working like close to you. It's a shame I'm in the UK, but I could be in the USA, and just I was going to meet you for sure, because I like people like that. You are visionary. It's not only, oh, I'm gonna build my career, but I want a producer to find me and do it for me and invest in my career, blah blah blah. No, you build that by yourself, and
Correct.
that's you are here. Not only about the talent, and then we are talking about what comes behind the talent, the structure you build, and this is really important. I love those tips. Now, can we have one more song?
Oh, sure. Um, well, I want to add this one last thing. When nobody is willing to see your vision, you have to do it. So remember, I was in classical music, and my management didn't know what to do. On the other side of the case, I was doing jazz here in DFW. That was the only place where I could slot in. I had never done jazz before, so I just figured it out and just did it, right? And I was the only person that looked like me and sounded like me, because all the jazz people were older white women. They were all like my grandparents' age, right? So there was no young person doing jazz and no men. So I found a niche, and I didn't want to do jazz, but it opened a door for me, right? I got all these nominations and stuff like that locally. But anyway, I wanted to start singing classical music again because I felt like it could broaden my audience even more. And my manager at the time said, "No, you should stick to jazz." So I fired him. And guess,
that's that's
and guess
incredible.
what? I don't sing jazz anymore, and I've parlayed that because I knew what I was doing. I knew I was building a fan base, and I pivoted that same fan base into classical music and then into pop. So they all consume all of the music that I put out, not just one genre. Okay, another
Great.
song. How about an actual jazz tune since we talked about jazz?
Man, you choose just give me your best. I
I
know I know if you sing anything, obviously I'm gonna like, but just give me your best. Cause yeah, you are talking about different genres, so could be the best of jazz, then the best of pop, the best of something else. It's
yes,
amazing.
yes.
Let's do it then.
So I'll give you one of my favorite pieces of music. Hopefully, I'll remember the words because I haven't sung this in a long time.
Oh no, you just act you are singing the correct words. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Et le vent du nord les emporte dans la nuit froide d'oubli. Tu vois, je n'ai pas oublié la chanson que tu me chantais. C'est une chanson que nous ressemble, toi qui m'aimais, moi qui t'aimais, nous vivions tout les deux ensemble, moi qui t'aimais et je t'aimais. Mais la vie sépare tout qui s'aimons, tout doucement, sans faire de bruit. Et la mer efface sur que sable le pas, les pas des amants désunis.
Whoa, 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 wait. French? French?
Yes.
You're singing French and like really, really high notes and then very deep notes. So how is that possible? Wow,
Genetics.
man.
No,
Wow.
it really is genetics, right? So I tell my clients all the time,
Oh, is
your
it
voice.
Jeanette? Really?
Yeah, so my mom's family is Creole from Louisiana.
Okay. All
They're
right.
French
Oh,
speakers,
wow.
right? So French comes easy to me, but also everybody's voice, the sound of the voice, the what your range is depends on physical properties in your body, right? The two little cords there, the dome of the mouth, the size of your throat.
Pay
All
attention, guys. Pay attention. Look, more tips.
that
Okay.
So all of that
Keep
is
going.
physical. That's your genetics. That's what you got from your parents.
Okay.
So
It's about
yes,
vocal cords, right?
it's about a whole lot of things that are happening here. The sound of your voice is also about how your sinuses are shaped, the inside of your mouth, all of that. It's all genetics, right? It's what your parents gave you. So the sound of my voice and my range is basically a genetic property that I got from my parents. Now,
Good.
how I use it and how well I use it, that's training.
All right. Okay. Good. So everyone can keep training. Obviously, Some will keep it, you'll get it really fast, and some
Yes.
will take a little bit more time.
Yes.
It's interesting you are talking about genetics, etc. Because I am Brazilian, and but I live in Europe for more than 20 years. So my family is mixed African with Jewish, black
Mm,
and white, and they lived in Brazil in the past. So now we have people in my family singing samba. That's
hmm.
really common in Brazil. But we have people from the Christian church singing like R&B. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's incredible because this is
Yes.
amazing. I like this mixed. And well, it would be interesting to mix samba with R&B one day. I don't know if somebody's doing that, but it could be interesting. Had you been in South America?
Of course, yes. I've been to Sao Paulo. I've been to, let's see, the various countries. I've been to Brazil. I've been to Argentina. I've been to Venezuela prior to their crisis. I've been to Paraguay. I've been to, where else did I go? Chile. Went to Chile like several times because I had friends in Chile at a certain point. Um, where else?
You are like
Several
an
places. Yeah.
international singer. I know there is, as you said, there is different phases of your career, but you are an international singer with a lot of experience. So it's like I'm feeling like, how can I say, beginner. Just asking you, really, 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 because man, you have a lot of experience in many countries. This is amazing. Thanks to be here and be
Oh,
teaching us, because it's not easy to find people with that disposition. I love when people just give us the chance to have them here with a lot of talent and experience like that. Inside
it's my
this,
pleasure.
thanks for that, man. Inside this community, mwt.peace, we are exactly teaching young people how to build their careers as a proper business. What
Oh,
you did,
yes.
and
Yes.
that's why you are like reference. Thank God. Can somebody just clone this guy? So, we were obviously talk about where you live. That's Texas, right? In USA. But were you living in different countries as well, or just visiting to do your job and come back?
So I have lived in a number of countries. So I lived in London as a kid for a small while. I also lived, I'm sorry, as an adult. I lived in London as an adult um, for a short period of time because I thought I was going to stay there. And then another opportunity came, and I was, so I actually tried to plant roots and lived in Paris for a bit or a little bit outside of Paris. I lived in Munich and Berlin. Um, I've lived in Stockholm, Sweden as well. Very, you know, beautiful country. Um, I was going to move to Mexico City, and I think I still might. Um, where else have I lived outside of the country? Outside of this country?
The holy word, because I can see you. How many languages you speak?
So I speak three fluently, but I have a working knowledge of probably five more.
All right. So, which language you speak? English,
In
Spanish.
English, Spanish, yes, and French is not as good, but French because I don't speak it very much, but French, yes. And then I have a pretty good grasp of Swedish. So my I have family in Sweden, so I speak some Swedish. Um, I have a working knowledge of German, so I can communicate and get around in German. But because of Swedish and English to a certain extent, I can understand Norwegian and Dutch and Danish and Afrikaans because they're related languages. Just like, say, they're related languages in the same way that Spanish, Portuguese, French, Romanian, Italian, Sardinian, Catalan are all kind of related. Galician, you can you know,
You can like you just can imagine what that means, and you can communicate with that.
yes,
Yeah.
oftentimes, and really, Swedish and Norwegian are so closely related, and like they're almost mutually intelligible for me.
Right.
They're almost mutually intelligible.
That's
Many Swedes and
interesting.
Norwegians will just talk in our respective languages, and we just understand.
Amazing, man, really, really. If you come to England, just let me know. I'm gonna go to your performance for sure, and I'm gonna watch
Absolutely.
it, and I'm gonna record it. Also, if you have any live performance you want recorded and you want to send us, in the end of the interview when you publish in the TV channel, we put the live performance or a music video in the
Yeah.
end. Okay, so
Oh,
people
cool.
can
Yeah.
watch you speaking about your personal life and career and also your work or part of your work because you sing a lot of many different music genres. I don't know if you can just show one music video. Maybe we need more. It would be really interesting. So can we have one more song then?
Sure. How about a little snippet of a little snippet of a classical piece?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we'll go all the way around the world
Yeah,
with the
show your
music for.
talent.
So I'll pull up. Now this one I won't play. I'm not very good at playing classical music anymore. And I am partial to French. I really love the French language, so I do sing a lot in French.
Okay,
Um,
all right.
oh, maybe I can. Oh, you know what? I know what I can do. Oh, I know what I can do because I've got a separate device. Let's see. I
Don't
should have
worry, we
already
have
done
time.
this.
We have time. We can be here for 6 hours, 24 hours. Don't worry, I will be here waiting for you.
Okay.
This is an
Okay.
opportunity for me, you know. You have to understand. You are in the other side of the world. This is a really important opportunity for me, you know.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, I think I've got it, and hopefully it's loud enough to be heard, but not too loud. Let's see here. Dans ton cœur, dans ton clair de lune, une clair de lune, était. Et pour fuir la vie importune, je me noierai à ta clarté. J'oublierai au dollar passé mon amour quand tu berceras mon triste cœur et mes pensées dans le calme de tes bras. And I'll leave it at that so we won't bore all the non-classical folks.
Man, that's incredible. I loved it. And this is interesting. You have a phone. We have, again, I want to say that we have just Zoom call and a phone, and it is a playback, and I can still feel your talent through your voice. Your
No, thank you.
expression is amazing. And I'm not saying that because I want just to make you happy. No, because when it's not good, I don't say, or I say it's not good, I don't like. My
Right.
man, really. This is in a very simple way you can involve me on your music, and this is what it's lacking in the music industry. And obviously, I'm talking here about major labels. There is like
Mm,
that kind of music. There is like a standard. Everyone are doing the same, you know. And then you come and bring many different music styles in a very simple performance like that, but you can still feel that energy, and this is incredible. I can imagine live music with this guy here. Can you imagine that? Really? I want to feel that. Wow, thanks for that, man.
No, it's my pleasure.
Oh, so we are just talking about many different languages, many different music styles, different countries, different experience. So I want to know how it is for you, and now a little bit about personal life. How you could adapt personal life with all those experiences in different countries and also different languages.
Um, Early on, we did as a kid we did some quite a bit of moving. Um, Not because of anything bad, just you know, my dad and mom wanted to explore different places. So we lived in various places and enjoyed the culture and food and scenery of the various places that we lived, not just around the US, but in other countries. And that always, well, and also my dad's parents moved around a lot because my grandfather worked for an airline. And my mom's parents loved traveling too. I mean, one of my first trips outside of the country, I say by myself, but I was with my grandparents. It was without my parents, right? Was to Montreal. And because I wasn't with my parents, it felt special and, all of that. So I've always loved to travel. I and someone early on in my life told me your talent is going to take you around the world. Nurture it and it will take you everywhere. And that was true, right? So if I decided to have a 9 to 5 job or what's a corporate job, it would have had to have been an international lawyer or an international business person of some kind because I would have still wanted to travel had I not chosen to become an artist.
All right, great, 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 and makes sense. And I feel the same because I was living in my parents' house when I was 18, going from South America to Italy, and then traveling many different countries until I could get married and stay in England. But I was
Yes.
traveling as well, and this is a good experience. And for young people, just try starting now. Don't think this is impossible because it is impossible to have international experience as a independent singer because don't think about only I'm talking to them then don't think about only big gigs. You have to think about the small ones because then you have many experiences in different places, and this is what will make you bigger, right? Not only keep waiting until you can have a stadium full of people to watch you. No, do like Damon. He's a genius, man, really. This is really good. So, is there somebody told me here there is some reference about Grammy? How is that?
About what?
Grammy, Grammys?
Is there? No, I don't have a Grammy. I want one. I want one really badly.
All right. So you were you singing with somebody?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've opened for Paula Cole. Um, yeah. So
Oh,
if people are
right.
not familiar with Paula Cole, she had like a string of hits in the '90s, and I was a big fan of hers. I went to Lilith Fair like several times in order to see her and Sarah McLachlan and just all the Lisa Loeb. Lisa Loeb is actually from here. She's from Dallas, and a number of other artists. But yeah, she did that song. That was the Dawson's Creek theme song. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. She did that song, and
I
where
love it.
have all the cowboys gone? She did that song too. Um, so when I got the call uh, asking me, "Hey, do you want to open for?" And here's the funny part: I'd never opened for an artist before, ever. I'd always been the headliner, either big or small venues. So I'd always been the headliner. So I got the call from a good friend of mine who was the talent buyer at the Kessler Theater here in W in Dallas. And he said, Paula Cole is coming to town. Do you want to open for her? I said, yes, of course. No hesitation. Yes, of course, I want to open for her. And that,
Just hearing her name, he said just yes. He didn't know what
yes,
that.
yes.
That's incredible.
He could have said she needs a human seat and she's going to sit on you during her performance while she plays piano. I would just said yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
No, 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 no. Yeah, 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 yeah.
whatever she wants, yes, of course. But she was absolutely sweet and kind and generous. And after I got off stage, she was waiting backstage for us. And she's very small. She's a really little lady. And she reached out and grabbed me and hugged me. And she said, I'll never forget this. She said, "You sang some of my favorite songs." She said, "While I was in college, Anita Baker's first album came out and I wore it out, and you sang one of my favorite songs from that album." And she hugged me and she was like tearing up, and I was tearing up. It was just a beautiful experience. And I'm very grateful to her for acknowledging me, because she didn't have to even acknowledge me.
That's interesting because you full of talent. You like you are a fan and
Yes.
we're working with your idol. Let's say like that. So
Yes.
this should be like incredible. If I was you, I was like crying.
Yeah.
I couldn't sing. Okay, so I want just an explanation because some people don't know this music style. What's neo soul?
So neo soul basically is um, kind of jazz chords, right?
Can you give us like a demonstration, a full song or a
Well,
half song?
I can give you a really good example of, which I don't play it very well, but it's a jazz chord, so it's got a very jazz feel in the chords, but the bass line is always an R&B bass line, right?
Hmm. Could be a cappella if you want.
So you'll have these jazz chords, right? So those warm jazz chords that don't feel super poppy, they feel warm and kind of right. I think it's or something to that effect. It's that song, "I Wish I Didn't Miss You" by uh, Stone, Angie Stone. Yes. Ooh. And the vocals though, the vocals are usually simple and not busy with runs like R&B. And they kind of sort of have a jazz thing going on too. So when I first heard neo soul, and to me, the artists who created the neo soul movement, but were never given credit because there was no category, right? Was a group called Zhane, Zhane apostrophe, right? There was no or accent, e accent. There was no genre called neo soul when they came out in like 90 or the earlyish 90s. But I happened to be in Philadelphia, and at the same time there was Lettucey. She was
And let
also
me just ask, he's black, right?
huh huh
He's black.
Lettucey, yeah, Lettucey is
Okay,
black.
all right.
Janae is all. Janae was a duo, two ladies, and one was an. So here's the funny part: one was an R&B singer, and played like gospel and stuff. The other was straight up just jazz. That's what she played
Oh,
jazz and
that's
sang
the
jazz.
mix. Okay, all right. Makes
So
sense.
when they came together and started writing, Neo Soul was born.
Right. That's
Now the
interesting.
person who gets credit for neo soul for neo soul, and even she said that I'm not the one who did this, I just fell in line, was Erica Badu, who is from Dallas and
Oh,
still
okay.
lives here in Dallas, right? This is home for her. And she's super nice, very sweet, always accommodating, and
So
loves other talent.
she made it popular, but she wasn't inventing that, starting the
Well,
movement.
by the time she came along, it had a name. But prior to that, it did not have a name. So the vocals are typically simple. There's not a whole bunch of runs, and usually there's a jazz bend to the sound, right? So, but also it feels a little bit like R&B, and it feels a little bit like soul. A really good example of that is uh, "Sending My Love" by Janae. It's got this real clear bass line that is clearly R&B, that heavy, R&B-ish bass line, but the chords are really light and jazzy, and then the vocals are light and not busy at all. If I could mail my heart right to you, I would pack it up and seal it tight, and I'd send it overnight. No runs. It's just this beautiful silky vocal that feels very jazz like, especially when you get to the chorus. Sending my love. No, yeah. Sending my love to you, praying that you are home, sealing it with a kiss, sending my love. That's a very common jazz phrasing, right? But you would never have found that phrasing in R&B except in Stevie Wonder, right?
Oh,
Back in the
okay,
day,
good
he had
reference.
clear,
Amazing reference.
yeah, he clearly had a grasp of jazz that he added to his R&B. But of course, what he does was not neo soul; it fell more into the soul category. But to me, he's kind of a precursor in some of his songs of jazz, clear jazz chords in that song. For so long, clear jazz chords.
I'm gonna cry here, 'cause, man, really, you pass emotion. Yeah, and there is something interesting as well. You are
Mhm.
very elegant. I don't know if somebody told you that, but you are
Oh,
very elegant.
thank you.
Really, really, like your posture, your behavior when you are talking, etc. It's really good.
Oh,
Really,
thank you.
I can see that if you are like a concert and you have to speak about the topic of each song before singing. I was there just listening. Very interesting, because sometimes in the concert people don't like the artist speaking, just singing like a machine. But this kind of music, it's worth to talk about the topic of the song or an history behind it, and I would be interested if you were talking. Great. So I could be talking to you forever, but we have to finish, unfortunately. So, is it possible to have only one more song?
Sure, absolutely. We
Good.
can do that. Let's do so
And
because
can
it's
we
so
have
early in the
10 songs?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Can we have 10 songs? No, I'm joking.
Well, because it's so early in the morning, I've been choosing songs that are a little easier for me
What
because my voice is not warm.
what
um,
time is it?
it's almost 11 a.m.
Oh, all right, all right.
Yeah, yeah, it's almost 11 in the morning. But and the reason I haven't sung any of my original material is because it's super high and I have to be super warm. It's
We have
difficult.
to book another interview. Oh, I need to see that like live.
Yeah.
I want to book another interview for you. Is it
Oh,
possible? But then you're going to
absolutely.
sing your songs only,
I've
like
had such a
two or
lovely
three
time. I
songs.
would love that.
Oh man, come on! This is a present for me, a gift for real.
Oh,
This
for me
look,
too. You
I don't know if you can imagine that, but it's like you are an international artist. So for me, from England, and I'm not in London, and have the opportunity to have this performance here and bring it to the superpop.tv, that's an independent TV channel, you can't imagine how big it is. So
Oh,
thank you very much for that.
no, it's
Really.
my pleasure,
From
truly.
from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for that, man.
It's my
And yeah,
pleasure.
let's do it again, but with your songs. But now the last song then, and then we talk about again about your social networks for people to find you.
Excellent. So what I'll do is I'm going to give you um okay, yeah, this will be fun. How about a bit of Brian McKnight?
Oh my God, Brian McKnight, of course.
And this is a really little short Brian McKnight because it's a bit high, but I don't have to belt, so that'll be helpful for me not belting. There will never come a day when you'll ever hear me say that I want and I need to be without you. I wanna give my all. Baby, just hold me. Simply control me. 'Cause your love And then I realize all I need is you in my life. All I need is you in my life. 'Cause I never felt this way about loving. 'Cause I never felt so good. 'Cause I never felt this way about loving. It feels so
Feels so good. Feels so
good.
good. For real. Oh, Damon. Okay, where, man, I don't know what I can say. Really, I just lost my words. Where can we find you on social networks?
You can find me at Damon K. Clark, that my name, on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Just type in Damon, middle initial K, Clark. Always add the K because there is a Damon Clark out there. One is a physicist, the other one is not me. I mean, I'm not the
Okay,
physicist either.
all right. I'm gonna find the singer. Okay, with K in the middle. Damon K. Clark.
On all
Right.
social media. My website is also damonkclark.com.
Great, amazing. Website is this is important. He had the website in the beginning when he started, and until now, he's still using the website. Especially because you can put not only your agenda, so people can find your gigs, and also could be a blog just talking about how you are building your career or songs, etc.
Yes.
What sometimes we don't post on social networks, the meaning of the lyrics, etc. This is really nice to put on the website. This is a special content, and you are doing something really, really good.
Thank
So,
you.
just the last question: why not TikTok?
Oh, I am on TikTok.
Oh,
Yes,
you are.
I
Okay.
am. Well, and so it's interesting. You mentioned something earlier. I really do believe that social media is very important for artists. Although I would much rather spend my energy and my time making music, the industry has never allowed artists, independent artists, to just make music. Marketing is hard and marketing is difficult and marketing does take time and also marketing is expensive. There's a 50-50 rule that I kind of utilize with my clients. Uh, as much as much money as you spend on your music, you need to spend that same amount of money on your music marketing. So if you're when you're budgeting, 50% of your budget needs to be your music, 50% needs to be your marketing, which basically means um, in this day and age, so way back in the day, independent artists did not have the opportunity to do anything. You had to go through a major label. You had to, you know, and the major label took care of everything. Although many artists came out with really bad deals, right? Um, CD
You are
Baby
talking like
changed.
bad deals, like 10% for the artist and 9% for the label, like that.
Yeah, a lot of these 360 deals still are really bad, but
Yeah.
but CD Baby years and years ago actually helped change the game, and then well, it was the internet that helped change the game, and CD Baby really helped with digital distribution that we did not have, no one had access to, right? Distribution across the markets, across the globe. So today, um, social media is practically the only commercial opportunity, right, to create commercials, to create content that gets people's eyeballs on your music. Now, granted, you must develop a fan base in person, and if you can, you don't necessarily have to tour because touring is very expensive, but visit cities. If you're going to a different city to visit grandma, see what venues are there, right? If you're going on vacation to the Cayman Islands, find a venue there that's willing to, let you perform. Develop a fan base. Every single place you lay your head, every single place you step your foot, seek out the fans because we have to have the combination of real people that we've talked to in person, that we've shaken hands with, that we've hugged and thanked for them being a part of our journey. And we have to also have the fans that we will never see. Mariah Carey has never met me, right?
Right.
But
Okay.
I'm a super fan because her label was able to put out material that I could consume. And but see, we don't have labels, right? So one of the only ways for us to get to the audience that we do not physically touch or see is social media. It's a evil, but it is a necessary one.
That's incredible. Very good message, and I can compliment here. Where you found us?
I believe Muzo soup. I think yes.
So this is another option when you try to do by yourself the marketing strategy. And now we are talking not only about marketing or digital advertisement on social networks, but the marketing behind it, going to blogs specialized on music. And like Musosoap is a good platform
It
where
really is.
Damon was just doing the another part of the marketing strategy that could find us and then have an interview here. So everyone go to Musosoap and try to, because there it's interesting. You put your song and the curators find you because
This
they
is true.
want
Yeah.
to be listening to your music, right?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So this is really really good. You have an opportunity to be on playlist. Your song being in play many different playlists in different countries. And I have just one more comment.
Yes.
We have this platform in our company, PopHitsCo, and we are sending music worldwide too for more than 150 music stores. And also, we place songs of independent artists inside all social networks like Facebook,
Mm,
Instagram, TikTok. The users can use those songs officially on stories, reels, shorts. This helps to build an organic audience too.
this
So
is true.
a third
Yes.
option. If you need music distribution, and also we have free options because we give some coupon codes. It's 100% discount for because we want to help the independent industry to get back after the pandemic. So free music distribution, pophits.co or mw3.biz/pophits. Good.
That's beautiful. We're helping the community. We're making sure the community is strong. And to your point earlier, so a social media following without a good product doesn't matter because as soon as you get in front of that audience, you're going to lose your so you must have a good product. Singers take
Yeah.
care of this. Musicians get your skill level to get your skill level high because a big social media following will not translate into real world activity and sales, and it just won't. It will not if you do not have your skill level at a professional level. That's just a fact. Even labels are start major labels are starting to recognize that, and there's this slight nudge away from picking the artist that has this giant social media following, but then can't tour because they're losing their voice every. You get what I'm saying, and the label is not going to get you a vocal coach. The label is not going to get your skill level up. That is not their job. That is your job as the artist. Just like it's not their job to go get a checkup for you when you're feeling badly.
And I can do just a little compliment right now because can you imagine a person with 5 million followers, okay, but then in a concert it's like 10 people because that person is not optimizing her skills, singing skills. It's not studying, it's not investing in anything, but only in image and polemic to grab attention and bring an audience to the social networks, but not to the music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we are doing music in a wrong way because
That's right.
music is not about like the clothes you are wearing only. It is about also your image, but not only exposing yourself. I can just make a comment here about
Mm,
very sexualized image. This is not good for your career, your music career, because you have to associate yourself to your singing skills or for in the case a musician or a producer, etc. So don't go that way because we see that happening with a lot of people, and after some years nobody knows who they are.
It's
This is
true.
what.
Yes.
Amazing, man. This conversation. Oh, I need to talk to you more for more 24 hours.
Well, I'm here. I'm here.
I want to invite you. I have another producer from Canada, and we could do like a call together, like
Yes.
5 people from different countries, and talk about these things and put on the TV channel. What do you think?
Oh, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
I love this guy. Amazing, man. Let's do it then. Damon, thanks for that. I hope when you have a new release, just contact us again, and we are going to have another interview, and we talk about the new project, and then we promote it too. All right?
Very good. Absolutely. I think July 22nd, I will have a new song coming out um, that I'm going to go record the vocals in a couple of weeks. And then all it will need is mixing and mastering and then launch. So, yeah,
Okay, you can send us this information by email. We are
of
going to
course.
put
Yes.
an article in one of our music portals, like topmusic.news or pophits.news or any other other music portals. We have many different ones.
Yes.
Even for hip hop, like rapstar.news as well. It's ours.
Yes.
So let's work
Ah,
together. All right.
yes, indeed. Thank you so much. I've truly enjoyed our conversation today.
Oh man, thanks for that. Thanks. All right, see you next time then.
All
Bye.
right. Have a good afternoon.
You too.